IOD. The opinions expressed by the guests, hosts, or callers are not necessarily those of this station. Now here's Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
You've seen him on Channel 7 News. First, as a two-bit reporter. Now, as a two-bit anchor that wears more makeup than Tammy Faye Baker and Mary Kay combined. Rick Sanchez sings. Hear the dulcet tones of the man who brought you Crime Check, Rick Sanchez.
La cucaracha, ya
Rick Sanchez. Rick Sanchez sings.
Give me a home with a buffalo road and the deal of the
Don't miss Rick Sanchez in his pasty-face tour over Hialeah. It's one show you won't want to miss. Steak for a good one.
A one in a million.
Rick Sanchez, he loves his audience.
I accept you as a precious gift from God.
Now, how come we haven't heard any more about that story about him striking a pedestrian after the Dolphin-Eagle game? Is that a true story? It is a true story? Well, what is it, like a big cover-up? They kind of like hush-hush it next door, like that embarrassing thing they did in a Dolphin locker room, where they were over there shooting the privates? Man, it's only in the military that privates get shot, and let's hope it doesn't happen. Anyway, that was tasteless, but I liked it. 12:07 at WIOD. Let's go to North Miami.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Boy, I've been on hold forever.
Well, it was worth it, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Listen, earlier in the show, I heard you made a comment about this is America. Listen to what you want. That's America only if you're not in Broward County.
Well, we used to say that about Dade County. Isn't it amazing how what goes around comes around?
Well, I live up in Broward County, and I want you to know I stuffed the front of my pants. I went out to the airport this weekend. I couldn't get anyone to frisk me.
Really?
As hard as I tried.
What'd you stuff it with?
Well, you know, something to make them frisk, something that would crinkle.
Kielbasa.
Listen, Larry King, too. I'm in a good boat. I must be in the right boat, because you couldn't pay me to listen to Larry King.
Man.
I turn you on every day.
You know, the thing that cracks me up about him, one minute he's saying he hasn't heard me in years. Last time he heard me, I was doing college baseball games on some little station. And now all of a sudden he's going into this big thing about how I use all these dirty words on the air and it doesn't appeal to his kind of audience. He doesn't want to go after. You know, he can't make up his mind because all you got to do, he is from the suck-around school of life. And that's why he does those syrupy, marshmallow interviews and kisses the ass of every guest he's got, whether it's Louis Farrakhan or Falwell, no matter who it is, he's always kissing their butt. And that's why everybody loves to come on his show, because he's an ass kisser. The last hard question he asked was, loan me $50. It's true. It makes me sick.
I listened to you for a while, and I didn't know whether you were
No sense of
kidding or
humor.
what.
I mean, no sense of humor whatsoever. I mean, everything I say about him is true, and we all play these cards here. But at least you'd think he'd have a sense of humor about it. The guy has overcome all of this crap that he did to people, and he's making millions of dollars. He's got about 85 different jobs, 75 different wives, and you'd think he'd have a little sense of humor about it. But he is so thin-skinned, it's frightening.
Well, you know, when you listen to someone, you don't know whether to take them serious or not. And I listened to your show. I didn't know whether to take you serious, but you talked about Debbie Ellis this, Debbie
I don't
Ellis,
even, let me say this. I don't even know Debbie Ellis. If she waddled in the door right now, I wouldn't know her. I've never met her in my life. I saw her once on a promo for that Something on 17. I saw half of her on my 50-inch screen, and that's it. You know,
Well,
so it's a radio show.
Well, I saw her on WLRN, and I swear if you pulled her hair back in a bun, you'd want to club her. She looks just like a baby seal.
Yeah.
So.
Or Roseanne Barr in Heat.
Thanks a lot, Neil.
Okay.
Have a good day.
See ya. Come on, Larry. Butch up a little, will ya?
Anybody could do a Neil Rogers kind of show.
Yeah. When are you going to start? When are you going to have some demographics under the age of 100? All you got is all those old insomniacs over the age of 200, all those butt lickers, Larry. That's your whole deal.
And say dirty words. That kind of broadcasting has appealed to a certain element that I do not desire to appeal to.
Yeah. Anyway, it's 10 minutes past noon. We ought to take a poll, shouldn't we, on whether we want to hear Larry King every night at 11 or just that. I think it could be pretty close. Anyway, we want to remind you, this Friday we're going to be doing our whole show at the brand new Charcoals on University Drive south of Commercial in Lauderhill. And, of course, there's a Charcoals restaurant near you in Kendall, Miami Flakes, Coral Springs, and that brand new one we're going to be at on Friday. And at Charcoals, they serve only the finest U.S. choice meat, so fresh it nearly crawls right off their open pit grills, where all their meats are charcoal broiled right in front of your stinking eyes. And what's even better this year is that Charcoals has rolled back its prices, so now you get a gigantic 32-ounce prime rib for just $12.95, or a tender, juicy 16-ounce New York strip for $13.95. Or their critically acclaimed baby back ribs, only $12.95. And all dinners at Charcoals include their big, humongous salad bar, baked potato or rice, and rolls. They also have a full variety of sandwiches and salads for you lighter folks. And, of course, if you're a real pig out like Fat Rich, you can dig into one of those great desserts like Oreo cheesecake, Toll House pie, and their world-famous killer brownie sundae. Now, don't forget our big live remote Christmas party at the new Charcoals in Lauderhill this Friday, the 21st, from 10 to 2. And no purchase necessary. We're going to be giving away a free Panasonic car phone courtesy of Gold Coast Cellular. Certain restrictions apply. And we have some Dolphin Colt tickets we're going to be giving away, and that certificate for $100 of clothing at Barron's, and God only knows who else. So come on out and see us at the brand new Charcoals this Friday. That's on University, just south of Commercial Drive in Lauderhill. 610 Andy's in here telling me a whole story about the Mets already. Forget it, okay? We got Dave Smith from the Houston free agent yesterday. The Cubs are signing all. We got Danny Jackson. We got our great left fielder from the Toronto Blue Jays. Pardon us if we choke, George Bell. What the hell do you want? And also the Cubs today placed right-handed pitcher Bill Long on waivers to give him an unconditional release. Well, what can I say? We have an open line. Boy, it won't be long, will it? I saw there was a thing on the news last night. They're buying up a few tickets for the Yankee exhibition games and the Orioles. Boy, the smell of baseball is in the air. You don't think we could play this and get away with it today, do you? Oh, man. Well, I'm just stalling for a little bit of time, okay? I'm stalling for time.
There's a drive hit by Salazar way back. It might be. It could be. It is a home run. His 11th of the year.
Okay, won't be long, Harry. 12:15 at WIOD, where we have an open line in Palm Beach, 655-9463. Those notoriously boring, terrible, awful, nasty guys, two of the rottenest people who were ever born, those slime balls, Rick and Suds, whose numbers are falling like a rock, who took a hit. Well, I'll tell you, that Kane, you know, the worst part of it is he believes his own bull crap. That's the thing that really gets me. It's like it's like Hitler used to say, if you tell enough lies, pretty soon you begin to believe it, you know, from the Joseph Goebbels School of Broadcasting. He really believes it. Oh, they're just terrible. Why anybody would listen. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, we'll see. We'll see in a couple, 2-3 months. We'll see who's got the numbers and who's got some people under the age of 100, okay? Don't tell me how great you're going to be. Be great. Do it. Tampa. All right. Speak of the devil. All right, now we got a good poll question. Would you rather hear that or... Okay, one more time. Or... Okay, let's put that question on hold. We have an opening in Palm Beach. I think I already said that, but it's ringing now. 655-WIOD. Let's go to Miramar. Okay, nice talking to you. Mobile in Miami.
Hello, Neil. How are you?
Okay.
Neil, let me ask you something. When Edward Scissorhands...
How come you sound like you're in a pair of Zuba pants?
I'm not.
Woody?
No, but when
Come on, Woody.
When Scissorhands feels like, being by himself... What do you think happens? I got a whole bunch of dentists. They're on their way to Vegas. They know you left. They're having a junket. It's Dr. Fang and the rest of his friends. Play the drill. I don't want to hear that. Boom. A little more. Just a little more. The Novocaine.
I understand that Johnny Depp is going to work for, what's his name? For the brisk guy. What is his name?
Abe Seif. Seif the Knife?
Seif the Knife, yeah.
Yeah. He's a good guy. So
I keep reading these reviews of what a great movie that's supposed to be. I'm not going to go see Edward Scissorhands, and George has given me like a mediocre week, he said.
Really?
If I want to see a Johnny Depp movie, I don't want to see him dressed up like Freddy Krueger in drag. You know, I mean, that's
like
not his appeal, you know?
Yeah, it's Beetlejuice with Scissorhands.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, geez, come up with something original already, like Godfather 3.
Play the music, Neil.
Have a nice day, Woody. You notice how he tries different tactics? Like now the technique is to sound like he's on the moon and the mercury is in his mouth or Uranus. Wouldn't that be something? Now, let me ask you this question. If like he lost a filling at lunch, Woody, and it rolled onto a chair, would that mean, and you sat there for the next meal, would that mean that the mercury that was once in Woody's mouth would be in Uranus? We'll have to ask our resident astrologer and find out. We have an open line in Broward, 524-WIOD, and one in the Star Line. They're ringing right now. Boy, you folks today are really something, aren't they? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's go to Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, I'll take that drill over that Larry King or that any day.
Yeah, me too.
You know? Hey, will we be able to get one of those tapes from you up there at the charcoals?
You sure will. We'll have tapes. We'll have T-shirts. You want it, we got it.
Oh, good. Okay, then I can give you a Camilla's house check up there?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, is that Clint Eastwood? Is that on that tape?
Clint Eastwood?
Oh, it's that little boy that's talking like Clint Eastwood.
No.
Oh.
But there's a lot of good stuff on it. Don't start getting picky with me for one bit. There's a lot of great stuff on it.
Uh-huh.
We'll put it on next year.
Hey, well, let me ask you something. Will you play that Johnny Blue Bland for me at Up the Road?
What?
Yeah, well, you played it one time.
What are you talking about? Up the Road?
Well, you said it was called Up the Road. Are you suffering from CRS?
Yes. Whatever that is.
Yeah, okay. You know what that is?
No. I don't want to know.
Okay.
Didn't you ask me for this one other time and I told you I never heard of it?
But you played it on your show.
I played what? Up the Road?
By Johnny Blue Bland. Do you remember him?
Yeah. You're dreaming, boy. You're suffering from noxious. I'd get my cavities taken out right now.
You said it was Up the Road.
I would check that cavity immediately. What is it?
You said it was Up the Road. It sounds real nice. It's real nice music.
You must be thinking of the Jerry Wichner show. Market's up 15.5 points, by the way. You must be thinking of old Jer.
Do you have that? Do you have
Help
that? Help
me make it through the night.
No. That's not it.
Down.
No, I can make it all right through the night.
I'll bet.
Yeah. But
you go get your cavity checked, and we'll be back at you. Look at those Broward lines. See, that's bad having that middle one out, because then when there's like, oh, look at that, depressing. There's only 2 open lines, but it looks like 3 because line 5 is a little under the weather. 524 WIOD in Broward. I'm sure that she's called me. She did that a couple of weeks ago. Same thing. And I have no idea what that song is she's talking about. Do you? Bobby Blue Bland, Up the Road? Not only didn't I ever play it, but I never heard of it. Anyway, maybe you heard about the Max card. I hope so, because we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. Max card is a special discount dining card, and there are others around, but the Max card is the best, believe me. They don't have discounts on restaurants in Anchorage, Alaska, or places that you're never going to go in your life. They have over 100 different restaurants in Dade and Broward counties, over 20 florists, over 80 dry cleaning establishments, weight loss centers, eyewear stores. You name it, they got it. Over 350 merchants in all in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. To save you some money, you get 25% off on every purchase that you make. And all you need to qualify to get your very own Max card is an active Visa or MasterCard. You pay just $137 annual fee, and that's it. And you'll get a second card for your spouse, a corporate card for your employees if you want to be a big spender, okay? Several times a year, you'll get the Max booklet covering all the merchants that honor the Max card. And every month, you'll be mailed an updated list and a statement. They even have a 24-hour hotline for updates on where the Max card is honored. And I want to emphasize, when you call one of these numbers, and I hope you do, there's no obligation. In other words, they're not going to come pounding on your door and make you sign up. They're just going to send you all their material in the mail. You look over the booklet that shows all the places that the Max card is honored, including some really outstanding restaurants. And then you make up your mind yourself if it's worth $37 a year to save a ton of money. In Dade County, call them right now and get all that stuff in the mail. Call 446-3180. That's 446-3180. In Broward, 764-7488. 764-7488. Be sure and tell them that Neil told you to call, and check out the Max Card.
610
And now, Language Lab, the show that teaches you a foreign language in less than 60 seconds. Today's lesson, Greek. Lesson 1, strawberry pie.
Strawberry pie.
Lesson 2, apple pie.
Apple pie.
Lesson 3, pumpkin pie.
Punky pie.
Customer, what kind of pie do you have? Answer.
Apple pie, strawberry, and punky.
Language Lab is a public service and may not be copied or authorized for resale. Thank you.
Okay, 1225 on your Drill-A-Minute station, 610 WIOD. We have an open line on the not the Palm Beach line. What line is that? The Star line. Whatever the hell it is, line 7, Star IOD. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay.
Listen, I'm wondering, how do I get, let's say I don't want to go out to the charcoal hut,
The charcoal hut?
or what, I forgot what you said already. But let's say I want one of those tapes, one of those Best of Neil tapes.
Yeah.
How can I get a hold of one?
How can you get a hold of one?
Well, one of the tapes, yeah.
Oh. Well, you probably put a check for $20 made out to Camilla's house, like in an envelope.
Uh-huh.
And you send it to Camilla's house, care Neil Rogers, WIOD, Miami, 33141.
33141.
And if you're lucky, we'll send you the tape.
All right. Can I ask one more thing?
Sure.
You used to let people call other people butt plugs on the air?
Douchebag. Butt plug is in the afternoon.
Okay, well, then let me call Brian Ramos, a big, wet, dripping douchebag.
Okay.
Thanks, Neil.
See ya.
Bye.
Great call. I wonder what Larry King would think of that, huh? Man, especially that dripping part. Ugh. Could you see Larry with, like, nosebleeds? Man. We have an open line on the Broward line at 524. He has got to be one of the most grotesque. Talk about Edward T. Scissorhands. God. I mean, who would you rather hang out with? Edward T. Scissorhands? Because at least, in his case, underneath it is Johnny Depp, which can't be all bad. Larry with those suspenders and that caved-in little Rumpelstiltskin body and that big schnoz and that bad breath. Man, he could be making $100 million a minute and it wouldn't change anything. That's what his 85th wife said. Miramar. Are you in Miramar?
No, I'm in Miami.
Oh, it says Miriam. Are you Miriam?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Miriam. I thought it said Miramar. Well, I'm getting old, Miriam.
Hi, Neil.
How you doing, Miriam?
Great, how are you?
Miriam in Miami.
You know me. I'm
Yeah.
your hairstylist.
Right. You did such a great job. Everywhere I went in Vegas, they said, boy, Miriam must have cut yours.
Hey.
And I said, no, it was a rabbi with bad eyesight.
Happy Hanukkah, by the way.
And the same to you. Happy Christmas.
Us
And
Jews, we don't get anything, huh?
what?
We don't get any recognition
Why not?
for Hanukkah. All you hear is Christmas songs. Isn't that what you were saying yesterday?
Yeah, well, they stopped that, I noticed. We had a big meeting last night. I noticed they stopped it. They started playing the Hava Nagila in the hallway.
That's cute. Listen, did you win a lot of money in Vegas?
No, I lost a few $100, which to me was like winning $1 million. I did very, very well.
And I was hoping you won a lot so you could share it with me.
Yeah.
No way, huh?
No way, Jose.
Oh, I guess I'm going to be poor this Christmas.
Yeah, me too. Well, you don't celebrate Christmas anyway,
no,
so
I
cut the
don't.
crap, Miriam.
I celebrate anything.
Yeah, I'll bet. That's what I heard.
Am I going to come by and give you a haircut soon?
Well, I don't think it's ready quite yet, but like, what?
Well, because I'm leaving next week, and I'll be back the 1st.
Well, why don't we do it on the 2nd? What a great way to start the new year.
Oh, it sounds good.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrific.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Dominican Republic. My friend's getting married there.
Are you serial? What a place to go.
I know. I know, it's pretty bad.
What is your friend, a Dominican or something?
Yeah, he's Dominican.
Like a priest?
No.
I guess he wouldn't be getting married if he was a Dominican priest. Maybe. Well, have a great time, Miriam. We'll see you on the 2nd. We'll mark it right on our calendar.
Okay, it was great talking to you.
Okay, see ya.
Bye, Neil.
That's Miriam. Boy, she's great. She came in and cut my hair and kind of like just did it here. She was fantastic, believe me. Okay, let's... you all right? Okay. WIOD, George is on the other phone.
Yeah, the question I have is, can you get the past 2 tapes you made?
No, sir.
Not even if we make a larger contribution, like $50 a
Well, we would love to, but they're just, they don't exist.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back.
Thanks. Wow. Like I said, we have an open line in Dade, 751-9463. Boy, you know what it's from? It's from smoking his cigars. I don't want Wayne to feel bad. But you know that all the time I was on vacation, I didn't smoke one cigar? Not one. Not even like a little Tiparillo. And maybe that was why I felt so great. And now I'm smoking cigars again. I feel, oh, man, like headachy and, tired. Either that or it could be those damn fillings. Now, it's something to think about. It could be psychosomatic because before the expose on 60 Minutes, we didn't know about it. So we may have felt crappy part of the time, but we attributed it to something else. Now that we know about it, and of course, especially when you look in the mirror and you see all that silver, God. I forgot all about it yesterday. I was going to go and get a box of those plastic toothpicks. I'm going to Mommy's this afternoon for a little lunch, and I guarantee you she's got toothpicks. It's one thing. She's got it. You want it? She's got it. You want Band-Aids? She's got like 20 boxes of Band-Aids. You got a mosquito bite? She's got 15 bottles of witch hazel. What the hell she's doing with all this stuff? She's just saving it for a rainy day, okay? Because there's always that day when you're going to need it. You got hemorrhoids? She's got stuff for that. I mean, you name it, she's got it. So I guarantee you she's got a whole bunch of toothpicks. And I bet you it would just drive her nuts if after lunch, should I do it after or I guess after lunch. Because if you did it before lunch, then all that stuff would get stuck up in there. And although that might kind of heal it up a little bit. Be a lot cheaper than getting that porcelain. Do you think this could be a scam? Do you think this could be a conspiracy on a part of the dental profession? Because the article in the paper, it talks about the white rosin composite as opposed to the amalgam filling. That costs 10 to 20% more than amalgam, and insurance does not pay the extra amount, by the way, it says here. And it also does not last as long, and a filled tooth may decay further, it says. A softer mixture of plastic, glass, and quartz. I've always wanted to have a bunch of glass in my mouth, haven't you? It's white and less visible, doesn't last as long, and may decay further. So maybe this is the deal. Maybe people are slowing down. Maybe they're all eating a lot of nutritious stuff and not as much candy, etc. And the dentists are falling on hard times. It's kind of like this whole Middle East crisis, okay? The whole purpose so far was to get all the price of oil up. The Saudis have made $50 billion at our expense and the rest of the world's as well. And they're being so generous, they're helping us out with $12 billion. How come they don't foot the whole cost? We're over there protecting their ass, their smelly ass with their schmatas on, and they want us to put up billions of dollars and send our kids over there to be broiled in oil. What the hell kind of crap is that? And then to top it all off, then they have the unmitigated chutzpah. And when you meet an Arab who's a chutzpah, you're really finding something. They've got the gall to tell us, oh, we don't want you to celebrate Hanukkah because it's not according to our religion. Certainly don't want any Christmas carols because, Right. Up yours, okay? Up your slimy behind. That's what I say. 1233 at WIOD. National Jewelry Sales is the perfect place. I guarantee you, dimes to donuts, that there are a lot of people, probably, I don't know if a majority, but still jillions of folks out there who still, even on the 18th of December, are still schlepping around with a list in their pocket, all kinds of names on that list, and they haven't bought a damn thing yet. And they keep putting it off and procrastinating. If you go to either National Pawn and Jewelry location, you won't have to put it off because just by looking around, you'll get enough great ideas at affordable prices. You can whip that list out and fill it in no time at all. 14-karat gold jewelry starts at under $20. They've got beautiful 1990 model Seiko watches at least 40% off retail. Dozens of 14-karat gold bracelets with genuine colored stones starting at $99. With matching chains and earrings, 14-karat gold bracelets for only $20. Beautiful 14-karat diamond-cut tennis bracelets for under $200. And don't forget, when you shop at National Jewelry, you get real stones at prices that other places charge for synthetics, for paste, for ersatz. Quarter-karat diamond stud gold earrings are just $139. An 18-inch, 14-karat gold diamond cut chain and heart charm, only $49, and matching bracelets. And the list goes on and on. It's endless, and Julie and all the folks over there are going to give you the lowest prices in town. National Pawn and Jewelry is the location for the first National Jewelry Sales store. That's at the corner of Broward Boulevard and State Road 7. And be sure and check out the new store located in the Sawgrass Mills Outlet Mall. National Jewelry Sales.
610
You know, retirement just wasn't my style, so I began working nights down here as a janitor in this old office building. Yeah, just to keep busy, I guess, because it pays below minimum wage. But anyway, oh, hey, there's the big cheese now. Hey, how you doing tonight? Hey, working kind of late, aren't you?
How you doing? Yeah, having a pretty tough night.
Yeah, well, good night.
Night.
Yeah, you gonna watch the game tonight?
Yeah, I went across the street. Free pizza at beer night over there. I've had a pretty tough day. I thought I'd just watch the game with the fellas over at the bar.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm just going to listen to it on this old radio here. The antenna's kind of shaky. And
they got a big screen color TV over there. It's the best picture I've ever seen. Yeah, big screen color. Great picture.
I heard it is. Boy, I'd sure like to be there. Well, you know, I got all my work done. And
oh, really? You're all done?
Yeah, you suppose maybe I could...
Well, I'll tell you what.
Maybe I could...
I got my BMW in the garage. I got a Blaputnik radio in there. I can pick up the...
You can drive me?
Anything. No. Tell you what, I'll give you my car keys. Why don't you clean out my car? I got a wicked stain in the back seat. Yeah, I've got some stuff in the trunk and clean it up with. Simonize it. I'll be back in about 2 hours, and maybe I'll bring you a piece of pizza. Okay, Dad? Well, Dad, listen, thanks a lot. Here are my keys, and be careful not to scratch the car, and I'll be back in about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, I gotta watch.
You're not going to bring... Well, you ungrateful... Esther said you were a worthless second son of a... Hell, you can't be my son. Nobody's that ungrateful. You breath... I'll take your stained BMW and run that mother right into the damn river, you worthless
Nothing
son
gets
of a
someone's attention like a good string of profanities.
Pig-faced.
This message brought to you by the National Cursing Foundation. And remember our motto, go yourself.
Anybody could do a Neil Rogers kind of show and say dirty words. That kind of broadcasting has appealed to a certain element that I do not desire to appeal to.
Okay, 12:39, 21 before. Did I say before last hour commercial drive? I was doing the spot for charcoals. Why is it took me almost an hour to recover from that? There's no such place as commercial drive. It's University Drive and Commercial Boulevard. Jackass. Man, am I dumb. Why do you think I'm here? Right? Okay, let's go to New Jersey. That's what it says on here, New Jersey.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, is this the famous Neil Rogers? How are you? This is Steve calling you from Mahwah, New Jersey.
From Mahwah?
Mahwah. That's
How's Mahwah?
It's up by Upper Saddle River. Paramus,
yeah, great.
That area.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking outside. I used to live down there. I was a big fan of yours. I saw you had a Miami, what was it, that baseball game, the Miami Miracle. Came out to a couple of those games.
Market's up 16.5 points. Got any stock, Steve?
No, unfortunately I don't.
Okay.
I studied the stock market as well as I do the baseball box scores. I think I'd be a genius. But,
there you go. Well, listen, fun for the feeble-minded, just like all the rest of us. We read the sports page, and that's it. That's it. That's all we know.
Wanted to give you the Phil Simms update anyway. Looks like he's out 4 weeks, and they're going to have to go with Hostetler for all the Giant fans down there in South Florida. I know there are quite a few of them.
Boy.
It's not looking too good with the quarterback. So
Hostetler, man, he threw that just when it looked like they were going to pull that game out, and he threw that powder puff interception against the Bills the other day.
Oh, he can run, but that's about it.
Made me sick.
That's about
Made
all.
me nauseous.
What's the story on Miami, the Dolphins? I haven't been able to read that much.
Well, the story is we play well enough to win most every week. We didn't exactly annihilate Seattle. We played a pretty good game. Farrell Edmonds had a big game. Marino was hot as a pistol. Offerdahl had a big game defensively. McKyer, we just kicked some ass. Sammy still can't hang out of the ball, but, nothing's perfect.
Yeah. Can they handle these physical teams? Looks like they did it to
We
the
got
Eagles.
Clayton coming back next week. We got Tony Page coming back for the Bill game. So if we can stay warm, we might have a good shot.
Well, I think it looks good for them. If they could do these physical teams right. The Eagles, they took care of it. Just looks like the Giants handled them earlier, but I look for the Dolphins and maybe Buffalo before Kelly got hurt. But
yeah.
Hey, who knows? It looks like the fish do look good, though. Really, really do.
We got a shot.
Okay, Neil.
Good luck to you, sir. You'll need it.
Thanks.
Take care. Mahwah, New Jersey. Can I give a little... I don't want to get picky, okay? I don't want to contribute to the ethnic tension that exists in this psychotic community. But for all my Hispanic friends, there is no such word as Jersey, okay? Now, I do understand that in Espanol, S is never pronounced like a Z. I do understand that. But there's something about the sound of that drives me up the wall. And people who speak perfect English, who are of Latin descent, still say New Jersey. And there's some other words where they do the same thing. Now, let me try to think of a word where S is pronounced like Z. Oh, well, there must be something. Oh, okay, like housing project, okay? Housing project. There's no such word as housing project. It's a house, but it's housing project, okay? It's not New Jersey. I realize that's nitpicking, but it sounds good. 1243. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. Miami on the Palm Beach line.
Hi, Neil.
Hi.
My condolences to you and Bill Calder's family.
Thank you.
The movie you were thinking about with Gene Hackman, that you saw on the plane?
Yeah.
It's called Narrow Margins.
Narrow Margins. Did you see it?
With Ann Archer from Fatal Attraction.
Right. Now, did you see it?
Yeah. It's very, I like the scenes on the train. You know, the action scenes.
Yeah. It was fun, and then the ending was just, I thought, awful.
And also...
abrupt.
Thursday on MTV, they're going to have an hour special on the making of Godfather 3 at 8 o'clock.
8 p.m.?
8 p.m.
Great.
It's a 1 hour special because they have like a program, you know, about the movies and stuff.
Oh, geez. I'll have to tape it because I'm going to be at Pompano Park Thursday night with our horse.
Well, it's just about the making and stuff, you know, how they made the movie and stuff. I've been seeing the commercials all week.
Great.
And they have like the, you know, the sign that they have from the Godfather, like the puppet, the marionette puppet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holding the MTV sign. So every time they flash the commercial, they have it holding the MTV sign. Also, converted Cubs fan.
Great.
I'm glad that they signed George Bell, but I'm also not glad that they signed Paul Assenmacher.
Why not? Assenmacher was our only relief pitcher all season long. He was great.
I never liked him because he always played with the Braves. Anybody that plays with the Braves.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, if you saw the games last year, he was tremendous.
I did.
He was outstanding.
Well, maybe Dave Smith will take over because Dave Smith has been
Dave Smith is going to be good, and Assenmacher and Mitch Williams might make a comeback. If his knee ever heals up, he might be okay.
Oh, but I hear Mitch Williams is on the trading block. They're trying to get rid of him big time.
Really?
Yep.
After he twisted his knee, man, he was never the same again. He was like, he had nothing on his fastball. He was desperate.
Him and Shawan are on the trading block.
Now, see, I don't believe that. I read that when I was on vacation. I read that Dunston said they're paying Bell all this big money, and now they're paying Dave Smith all this big money. He says, I'm going to be gone after this year because they don't have money for me. They will never let him go. I don't believe that.
If they offer him a decent pitcher, because that's what the rumors have been saying is any, you know, decent quality pitcher, you know, that he's gone. Fries.
Well, who's going to play shortstop?
Oh, I mean, maybe they got somebody in the minor leagues that we haven't heard.
Don Zimmer?
With a plate in his head.
God almighty.
I'm the one, I don't know if you remember me, but in Rick and Suds' first remote that they did in the Gables.
Yeah.
You signed my cap in the bill.
Of course.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah. You mean those awful guys who are on in the afternoon who suck and just swan dive?
Yeah, and also...
And they're just swooning because FTL is just overpowering them with Dynamo with that big new lineup?
I can't even pick it up. I tried the first day that Steve came on to see what it sounded like, and I can't even pick it up. And I haven't.
See, what I don't understand is that big hit he was talking about yesterday, 25 to 54. How come FTL doesn't show up in that demographic in the afternoon? In other words, if a point disappeared, wouldn't you think it went over there?
Yeah, and I live in the Gables, and I can't pick it up, and most of the young market is down in Miami. And then most of the market that listened to Steve is down in Miami.
Yeah, that FTL audience, man, it's all in their Cemetery Village and Winmore and right around A1A on Fort Lauderdale, where the only people who are left are in their rockers.
First pitch swung all the way back. It might be. It could be. There it is on the very first pitch. Jerome hits his second home run of the year out onto Wave Clinton Avenue.
How about that? Well, see, I had to play that one to get to the Sean Dunston one because I got 3 on the same card.
There's a drive. Way back. It might be. And it Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Holy cow. Cubs win. Look at the dugout all out on the field. They're all waiting for Sean. Sean a meter up to 326.
Yeah, if we trade Sean Dunston, what's the kid going to do with the Sean-o-meter? Does he go with him as part of the deal? Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Man.
What was I going to tell you?
Probably some Mets fan messing around with our phone.
Yeah, sabotage. I was going to tell you that I guess what team I converted from. The team you hate the most?
The Mets?
No. There's another team you hate even more.
Than the Mets?
Than the Mets.
The Yankees.
You got it.
Oh, jeez. Give it a rest.
I got sick and tired of George.
Stick George in the desert and give him a map to Saudi Arabia.
I just got sick and tired of putting up with George.
Well, we're going to kick some serious ass this year, sir.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell
This
you.
year looks good.
Okay. Hang in there.
Okay, Neil.
See ya.
Bye.
12:48 at good old WIOD. Suds is in the building eating a submarine sandwich. Isn't that what they call it? Is that from Subway? You are obsessed with Subway. Now, the last guy that was here in the afternoon, the old guy from San Francisco, he used to go to the crab place. No, even on days when he didn't stop by there, he had crabs. It was embarrassing. God, what a smarmy old man. Do we still have that tape? Oh, God, I feel just in kind of that mood today, you know what? Oh, God. Well, he's looking for a lot of cheap publicity, you know.
Knock it off. Knock it off. This is,
Knock what off?
Knock off your talk show crap.
This is not talk show crap.
You're going to this talk show ease. What do you mean, Mr. Bennett? I do not approve of this.
Well, I can only tell you that it's kind of a stupid thing to do.
Well, no, it's because of the way you know what it was? You know what it was, Steve? It was that tasteless way in which you bagged me at the Nutrisystems thing and not even knowing why I was there, you little creep.
To be in the same room? Is that what it was?
What?
I say when you ran out with some phony story that you wouldn't be able to get to
There was no phony
because
story.
of the traffic?
No phony story. They were having that mile and a half of horrible art in the Coconut Grove
there were
area.
articles even in the paper up here that nobody could get to their house that day.
Huh? What?
Never mind. Anyway, Alex,
I'm new in this town and I don't know the roads well.
Fun, but to do something like that is really...
Well, then don't bag me. Don't bag me when I'm not there. Don't talk behind my back.
Well,
how about all the people you keep telling in New York that Neil's going to try and screw me over?
Mr. Bennett, you don't need anybody to help screw you over.
You're a seedy little person, Kane. Gee.
But, you can say whatever you want to say, and you can talk behind my back, but you should have more concern for the feelings of people knowing I have family in the area than to say something like that, you dumb jerk.
Now, what was that about the divorce? Oh, excuse me. 1250 at WIOD. We have an open line in Dade, 751, and one in Palm Beach, 655, EGO, 655, WIOD. Man. Well, Neil's going to be listening to Norm Kent. I got news for you. If I have to listen to Norm Kent whining about politics and Sunrise when I get up in the morning, I'm going back and hitting the sack, okay? God. I mean, you're a fine attorney, Mr. Kent, and you're going to be... Can you think of all the desperate people? We've got this tremendous assault on the First Amendment, on personal freedoms in this country, and here this man is allowing his ego to interfere with his better judgment, and all these people who desperately need a First Amendment lawyer with the talents of Norman Kent are going to wind up with him whining on the radio about politics in Lauderhill on a station that they can't even hear in Lauderhill. Shame on you, Norm. 1251, we got an opening in Dade, 751. RoboCop is back and better than ever in RoboCop 2. This smash sequel to 1987 sci-fi blockbuster brings back the future of law enforcement to clean up crime-infested streets of a deadly new drug and defeat the all-powerful RoboCop 2, a monstrous robot designed to destroy RoboCop. Peter Weller. He was good in that movie, Firstborn, was that the name of it? Or no, he was good in that, but he was even better in the one with the rat. What was the name of that?
IOD. Palm Beach 655 WIOD. And Bell South Mobility customers, make it a free call by dialing star IOD. The opinions expressed by the guests, hosts, or callers are not necessarily those of this station. Now here's Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
This is the Neil Rogers 1 to 2 hour. You got a problem with that? Snap ahead. Oh!
Hi, I'm June Allison. Notice you haven't seen me in movies for a long time. That's because I always wet my pants. Remember my love scene with Jimmy Stewart in that Monty Stratton picture? I was soaked. Do you know Gene Kelly's famous dance and Singing in the Rain? That wasn't rain, that was me. But I'm back, thanks to Deep End adult diapers. They're so absorbent, it's like having 2 rolls of toilet paper in your back pocket. Oh, and each diaper has colorful pictures of the great stars of the 40s. Fred Astaire, Donald O'Connor, and there's me. June Allison. I still wet my pants, but thanks to Deep End, I'm working again.
You know what I need desperately is another diet soda from Cheryl's Stash if her thing is open. Now, what is this? Oh, by the way, I do want to mention that our thing at Charcoal's this Friday, University, just south of Commercial, we're going to have free food, free goodies. I just want to make sure everybody understands it's going to be in a nightclub. We're going to be up on the stage, and you're not going to be compelled to come and buy lunch or buy anything. And there'll be like free, you know, like little appetizers, finger food, if we can say that. And there'll be an open bar so you can buy your own whatever. Sometimes I feel that life is passing me by. Now, what is this? A note from Mr. Hibnick. Okay. Programming feels it's a bad idea. What the hell does programming know about anything, okay? Jeez, they give me such a mental hernia. Anyway, it's 107 at WIOD. Those awful pair, Rick and Dud, will be along to try to defend themselves this afternoon from 2 to 6. Soupy Sales is going to be on, and is he going to have some heavy-duty stuff to say about Chuck Meyer? Wow. They hate each other like poison. Be sure to mention his name a few times when Soupy's on the phone. And the good part of it is then Chuck is going to fill in for me tomorrow, and Chuck's going to have the last laugh. He'll probably do like 2.5 hours on Soupy Sales. Here's a payphone on the beach.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
God, am I glad I reached you. Are you still forlorn, maudlin?
What?
You returning back from Vegas where people are alive and coming back here, are you okay? Are you still depressed?
I'm getting used to it.
Starting to get used to it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called you at Specs before you...
I didn't really understand what it was. It was jet lag. It wasn't... I was psychotic, and I didn't... More so than usual, and I didn't know what it was, and I'm just getting over it now. I was suffering from tremendous jet lag.
Now, there's something about that time zone. You wake up there, 9:30, and you got a game to watch, or a pregame.
Hey, I woke up on a Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, and I was watching a game. It was... I was watching a pregame show. Or no, I'm thinking of Hawaii. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching a ball game because it's 5... Huh? 5 hours difference.
6, I think.
5, because they don't go on daylight time.
So anyway, I
or
called
standard
you at
time, whatever that is. What?
I called you at Specs, and I gave you some bad information. I said I had lived in Vegas. That wasn't a bad information for 18 years, and I returned to this place and you couldn't understand it. And I told you to kind of avoid the Excalibur. Now, the only reason I avoid it is because it looks so gaudy from the outside. And I guess
but you haven't been in it?
I have not been in it.
Oh, geez, I'm telling you, go inside. You're just going to be amazed. The casino, they've got all these neon lights. It's just fabulous. I mean, it's everything you want a casino to be. It's enormous, and it's got lots of neon and glitzy, and the sports book. I don't know if the sports book is good, but of course, everything is brand new, so it looks great. And you go up the escalator to the second level, and on the second level, well, actually, no, it's downstairs. They have a first level, a lower level, where they have like these shops, and then the middle level is the casino, and the upper level of the casino part is restaurants. And it's kind of like Epcot. They've got an Italian restaurant, they have a Japanese restaurant, they have a steakhouse, they have the big buffet that, of course, all the casinos have got. They got about a half a dozen restaurants
Well, being
and
a
shops, and
circus,
It's
a circus operation, so I thought it would, just by looking at the outside and seeing the
Yeah,
gaudiness
no,
of it.
I can understand that because I hate circus. I don't like the people in there. I don't like the way they treat you. I don't like anything about circus, and I sure did not go in there.
Do you remember the old days when they were doing the acts above you as you were playing 21 or the floor?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not for me.
Oh, well.
But this is not like that. This is just a real gigantic, glitzy, beautiful, well-run casino. It's great.
That's a pleasant surprise. I worked in those places for about 12 years.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, when I returned and came back, I visited in August, and I came back and I was depressed for like a month because things just aren't happening here.
This is such a do-nothing town. It's boring, and the streets are barren, and it's just, people busy killing each other and rioting in the streets. The big controversy they were having out there the week I was in Vegas was about this new Japanese guy that bought the dunes.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to have these, what do they call those machines? Those Japanese, slot machines, pinball machines. But anyway, he used to be involved in that business, and they were afraid he was involved with the Japanese mob, and they had this big, long hearing, and they said, okay, go ahead, we're giving you a conditional thing to take over the dunes, and he was smiling and laughing, but that was it. All the big names are out there. The douche man is out there, and, every big name in entertainment is there. Slaughter was at the Hard Rock Cafe right across from my hotel. It's just a happening place. Every casino I went to, without exception, after 7, 8 o'clock at night, the parking lots are jammed. In fact, toward the latter part of the week, even in the daytime, after 10, 11 in the morning, parking lots are just packed everywhere.
In case you didn't know, there's about 5,000 people moving there per month.
Yeah.
Now, that kind of sickens me because I intend to move back eventually. But, because it'll be overcrowded and it'll be like every place else. It'll still be exciting. It'll just be too crowded.
Yeah, but there's a lot, being in the middle of the desert like that, there's a lot of land for them to expand.
There certainly is.
They can find some water. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm stuck at this hotel on Miami Beach, and I wanted to ask you, how often are you going to go back?
What do you mean by that?
How many times can you go there a year?
Well, I wouldn't see in the summertime. I get 2 weeks, and I go to Europe in the summer.
So it's one time a year?
No, I can go on the weekend. They have that, if I can sneak a Friday off here and there, they have that, what is that airline that does the thing on Thursday and you come back Sunday night?
It's maybe American.
No, it's some other Mickey Mouse airline, but it's a good deal. It's real cheap, and you leave on Thursday, and you come back on Sunday.
Did you happen to go to the Rio?
No, I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Not a good time, a great time. I mean, if I would fly all the way to Hawaii, see lousy weather, and get on a plane and come all the way back to Vegas and spend a whole week, I had a great time.
You're impulsive. You got to Hawaii, it was rainy, so what the hell am I doing
Well,
here?
and not only was it raining the first day and the traffic was an abortion, but then the second day I wake up early in the morning, I'm ready to go over, hit the beach, get some sun, and it's windy and nasty. I mean, this is my 6th time to Honolulu, and I guess I've been very lucky. This is the first time I've ever seen any bad weather. The other times I've been there, when it rains, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning, a little bit of rain, and then the sun comes up, and it's paradise. But this time it just sucked. So I went back to Vegas, and I'm glad I did.
Palace Station, I know all about it. I spent months in that place. Love it. Not too many people know about Palace Station unless you're a local.
Hey, I'll tell you. In fact, the guy gave me, I'm glad you mentioned the name again, the guy gave me his card, because when I hit the, you know how they make you wait a half hour and they bring the head honcho over? His name was Daniel.
That amount that you hit there is a big deal to them. That's a lot of money.
$1,572. Mm-hmm. Daniel Angelo, director of slot marketing, gave me his card. He said, if you ever want to stay, call me up. We'll fix you all up real cheapo. And they were real nice. And I've gone in that place a half a dozen times. I have never failed to win in Palace Station. Now, that's a miracle.
There is something to winning and liking the place. I happen to like Palace Station. It catered to the local people, and...
have you ever gone up to that buffet, that feast?
I was working there temporarily.
Oh,
I was working
outstanding.
There. I was one of the guinea pigs for that place.
That's great.
They asked the employees to eat at it, and it was wonderful the first day.
Well, it still is. It's excellent.
Yeah, well, it's a real exciting place. It's getting mobbed. Nice to have you back. I guess I'm kind of demented. I look forward every day to listening to you. Some of my people that I know think I'm absolutely crazy.
Well, join the crowd. Listen, have a great day.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. There's a guy who's still trying to air his brain out and adjust to where he is. It's not easy, pal, I'll tell you that. 1:14, we have an opening a day. What happened to my soda, by the way? Did I miss it? You forgot about it? Her door's locked?
I can't find her.
Is her door open? Is her office open? Oh, jeez. Anyway, we're real excited to tell you about Freddy's Fine Jewelry again, because people who go into Freddy's Jewelers, especially this time of the year to do all that holiday shopping, are always satisfied. And isn't that what it's all about? Being satisfied? That's what I think it's about. You really can get a deal, honest and true, at Freddy's, the jewelers who have been here for years, 27 years. Freddy has stood behind his quality merchandise. You want watches, you want rings, you want bracelets, you want pendants, you want anything And if they haven't got it, they'll make it for you. As a matter of fact, bring them a catalog or an add-on jewelry if you have something specific in mind, and they will get it for you real quick at a price that you're willing to pay, at a really fair price. So if you still have a whole bunch of names left on the holiday shopping list, be sure and check out one of the Freddy's Fine Jewelers locations in Dade or Broward. You'll find them on University Drive in Davie, in the shops at the Waterways in Aventura, and, of course, in downtown Miami in the Seabold building on the 3rd floor. You're going to be a satisfied customer, and the recipients are going to be tickled to death with the great jewelry items you're going to pick up at amazing prices at Freddy's Fine Jewelers.
Did
I mention that Freddy's Jewelers locations are all open Sundays through Christmas? I just did, I think. 117 at WIOD. What was I just looking at? Oh, I know what I was thinking about. We got almost 77,000. We haven't had any mail come in yet today. And I won't be here tomorrow. So Thursday, we ought to have a pretty substantial amount of stuff to add to that. We ought to be creeping in on the $80,000 mark. And then we're doing our thing at Charcoals on Friday with tapes and T-shirts. So we should go way over 80 by this weekend. But what I was thinking about, because I have this note here from Mr. Hibnick, our illustrious account executive, and he's talking about doing Specs downtown, their brand new downtown store on January 15 or 16. That would be great. But also, because we're going to do a thing on January the 4th at Calder out at the racetrack, which is going to be real exciting. Going to probably cost me a lot of money that day to do the show. But I was thinking if there's someplace down in South Dade, that's the one part of town that we haven't done anything in with the tapes and the T-shirts in our fundraiser. We have done absolutely nothing in South Dade. Like down in Dadeland or that neck of the woods, man, if we could set that up, that would be really great. Is that Mr. Saltzman on the line?
Yes.
Phil. Hello.
Hello.
There he is. I thought we had like a French connection.
Hi, how are you, Neil?
I'm okay, Phil. How
I'm
are
a
you?
little depressed myself.
Well, what can I say?
Bad day. Anyhow, I heard you. Even though I didn't call.
Well, I wasn't gonna do it originally because I was very depressed. In fact, I almost didn't get through the beginning of the show, but now I'm okay, and I just,
Well, he would want.
Bill would definitely. He would never want to let a day go by without picking at least one.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, he'd probably want you to pick the third too.
Yeah, and the fourth and the fifth. That was always the problem.
That's true.
Well, I went with the old standby. He would have been proud of me for Buddy Hackett, even if he does nothing. He's been running out there for 20 years, so.
That's right. Well, I'm going to give you the stretch call of it now.
Give me the bad news. We're ready.
I'm doing OTB today, so I've got the whole thing taped as I called it.
Great.
Okay?
We're ready.
Here we go. 14-4. 10 o'clock member still there, but now only by a lane as Cannon Ruler moves up on the outside to challenge. 3 lanes back to 10B6. Then Payco Kid. Buddy Hackett comes on toward the inside. Then it's the lanes back to the rail. TD Boy. They're at the top of the stretch. Cannon Ruler on the outside now reaches the lead. 10 o'clock member battles back toward the inside, then 3 lanes back. That's 10B6. On the outside, Payco Kid with Buddy Hackett. They come to the 16th pole. It's Cannon Ruler in front by a head. 10 o'clock member not giving up, and they come to the wire. Cannon Ruler's going to win it a half a lane. And that was it.
You can't win them all. Buddy Hackett, a desperate fifth or so?
Yes, that's about what he was. I think
that's about what he usually is, yeah.
He did finish 5th.
Well, listen, why should we be any different, right? But I had to stick with my old standby.
You're absolutely right.
Had to be either Search for Sandy or Joey's, what's that one? Joey's,
Big Joey.
Big Joey, or one of those.
Joey's Hope.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, right. Well, I've got a hunch. I'm betting a sneaky deuce on Sonny Saint in the 3rd race, just because that one's for Bill.
Okay.
All right. And I don't know. I just got a feeling if he's there, he's Sonny Saint.
Okay.
He's Sonny Saint.
Thank you, Phil. I will not be here. I will not be here tomorrow, but I'll talk to you on Thursday, and we'll start a new string.
Okay. I might see you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All right. You take care.
Thanks. 121 at WIOD. Mr. O'Reilly is in the building, the guy who's just devastated by those tragic numbers, who just can't control himself. He's psychotic, very upset that I spent all that time yesterday promoting the hell out of FTL, at least 90% of my show, according to some radio maven. And like I said, I really believe that Steve believes his own bullcrap. That's the part that's frightening, okay? I mean, we all BS, but when you believe your own BS, then you've really gone nuts. Right?
Yeah.
What do you look like? You swallowed the cat. Or something.
Most of it.
Yeah.
No, I just came in here to say hi. I hardly saw you yesterday, and you were addressing me. I thought this would be a good opportunity.
Okay. How about after my spot?
Okay. Maybe I can help.
Because you know what we're here for. Count those spots. Make any money today? Count those spots.
Now, how would you like a bunch of Zuba's pants to help out with the remote on Friday?
Now, was that off? Or was it you just looked at the level up?
Did they hear pants or ants?
They heard Zuba. I beg your pardon? I don't think that ugly people should be allowed to wear Zuba pants.
Well, then that would eliminate most of society.
No, I'm serious. I was watching the game the other day on a satellite, and, geez, there are people on the sideline that you wouldn't allow in this building.
Yeah.
And they're wearing these pants. I mean, people bigger than Abe Gibran in the heat. They look like
pants
Debbie
are
Ellis.
kind of baggy, and they feel that's going to hide that, and they're wrong.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
No way, Jose.
But they're neat pants.
Yeah, and the cap is not bad.
And Warren Green, who helps out
Lauren
with those.
Green?
Lauren Green.
Hey,
he came
I always
back
wanted
for
to
this.
see Lauren
This
Green.
is a special remote. He came back for this one.
Wow.
And he wanted to know if you would like some. He would love to donate some to help out with the remote
that would be great.
This Friday.
Fabulous.
Like lots. I mean, like 50 hats.
Great.
The hats are really neat, and a bunch of pants and everything.
Excellent.
Okay.
We love them.
All right. I knew you did. I could tell.
Denneberg is already committed to donating his Orange Bowl tickets that he paid $85 a pop.
Really?
To see Notre Dame get the crap beaten out of them
Tom
by Colorado.
just can't stop at the Christmas party. I mean, he's business.
I heard that
in the
Christmas
salad
party
bar.
was just tremendous.
Oh, it was wild.
Anyway, we'll talk about the Christmas party in just a moment with Mr. Desperate. Anyway, RoboCop is back and better than ever in RoboCop 2. I bet you're going to take your kids to that and poison their brains, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
They probably go for that crap, don't they?
No.
Take them to see My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin. It's a funny movie. Have you seen it?
No.
It's great.
That's the new one?
Yeah.
And you saw it on a plane already?
Yeah. I saw that
Oh,
and
it
the
must
Gene
be good.
Hackman movie.
Really?
The one on the train called I have this
I
thing.
know.
Other than there's two movies: Network, Gone with the Wind, and The Godfather. Three of them that I can remember. I don't remember the name of movies. I just
Yeah.
have a thing about that.
If you enjoy them, then enjoy them.
Exactly. Debbie Does Dallas wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, this smash sequel called RoboCop 2 to 1987 sci-fi blockbuster brings back the future of law enforcement to clean up crime-infested streets of a deadly new drug and defeat the all-powerful RoboCop 2, a monstrous robo designed to destroy RoboCop. Peter Weller again stars as the half-man, half-machine superhero from New Jersey in this slam-bang adventure from Orion Home Video, rated R, and waiting for you at a Specs Bayou. I mean, Specs is everywhere. What a great place to pick up some music, some videos as neat holiday gifts at Specs in Aventura, Specs in Coral Springs, and, of course, the humongous, gigantic new Specs Superstore in the Sawgrass Mills Outlet Mall.
If you missed Rick and Suds Monday on 610 WIOD, you missed some holiday cheer.
Have yourself a merry, merry boatload, and a back at you. How about that?
Yeah. Rick and Suds this afternoon from 2 till 6 on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
610 WIOD.
Well, wait a minute. That's
I just
interesting.
heard.
No, that's interesting because you and Suds gave me a check at the last remote for $500 for Camilla's house. Now, did a check from Steve come in while I was away? Do you know? Because I missed it. I haven't heard anything about it. We had $200 from your buddy at Waxy from Ricky Ticky,
That's what
which
I heard.
Jimmy Hummel, a.k.a. Ricky Ticky, which is great. He does come through every year, I'll say, which is more than Bill Tanner and Don Cox have done this year, by the way. But did Steve come through
maybe
or
they're all
what?
together.
Because, in other words, if he's challenging you to see who can raise the most money. I mean, see,
Well,
it
was like a bet.
Even that he wants to exploit, though. I mean, I do Camilla's house every year, and wherever they get the money from, believe me, they may need millions of dollars to do their thing every year. So the more, the merrier. But isn't it kind of
Exploitation
interesting
is-
that he wants to jump on it and exploit it and use it?
Well, he figured I couldn't
Steve,
ignore
why
that.
don't you come up with something original, okay? I'm sure there are a lot of good charities, a lot of good things, and he's just so desperate to suck us into a thing. And I'm sure today he thinks he has, but, you know, by Thursday I'll forget about him for a long time. What are you looking at me like that for?
Just looking.
No, I will. And then on the 1st of January, when they come up with that new powerhouse lineup, since I have the whole day off on New Year's Day.
Talk about an original idea. I can hardly wait for that talk show, the Talk Host Wars.
The Battle of the Talk
Battle
Hosts.
of the Talk
That's a
Hosts,
good name. I like that. I wonder where he got that from.
Yeah. That's great.
That's original, yeah. Well, now who are the talk hosts going to be? They got Alice and Steve and Craig Worthing. Who are the other talk hosts on that station? I don't think they have any, do they? I mean, Norm Kent's not a talk host, and his guy at night, Gary
Daniels.
Daniel, he's not a talk host. And the kid that's going to do sports. And then they bring in Craig Anderson, who was a board op. He was a weekend board op.
It's not going to be a big battle.
And they got, like, Rick Siderman, who's not a talk host. He's just an agent provocateur, right-wing slimeball. And then the other guy, Pat Mahoney, the Reverend, who's a Reverend. He's not a talk host. So maybe you need more than 3 to have a battle of the talk hosts.
Well, it'll be like a fight.
But see, what he does not, well, he understands, but he doesn't want to admit. There is a room in this market for what they're doing. We already had it on a station that had a signal. They did 2.8, 2.5. So with their signal, they'll do a 1.5 to a 2. That's my prediction. By the time they crank it up in 6 months.
There are people that have no sense of humor, and they don't get what we do. They can't identify with it. A couple of laughs, that's all we're after. We're here to have a good time, knock off 4 hours, get everybody home, and then we go home. And everything's great. He wouldn't know a sense of humor if it bit him on the butt.
But the thing that amazes me, and another thing too, anybody I like, he hates, okay? So if I say you guys are doing a great job, immediately you're no good. If I said Bill Calder, rest in peace, had a great sense of humor, was a great talent on the air, which he was a funny guy. Oh, he sucks. If I say Stan did some good stuff at Wins, which he did. He had, he had good numbers even when I was on Zeta. And he was sure beating somebody over here in the afternoon who's over on FTL now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, terrible, the worst. So, it's like a childish game again. And Neil says this, I say the opposite. It's like his whole world revolves around what I say. And they went into this silly routine about, well, come January 1st, who do you think Neil's going to be listening to in the morning? Well, who the hell cares who I'm going to be listening to, first of all? But he's trying to make a pitch like, oh, well, I think Ranieri is boring, and I think he's this, and that. And Neil will be listening to Norm Kent to see what the kind of excitement he's stirring up. Excitement he's stirring up? I mean, I talk to Norm every day. He's my lawyer. And he's saying to me the other day, well, there's all this local politics going on here, Margate and Sunrise and Lauderhill and all that. Well, that's great, Norm, but nobody gives a flying crap about that except those 90-year-old geriatrics who were on the W Snooze and GBS and now are on FTL. Who the hell cares about that crap, especially when you wake up in the morning? Is that what you want to hear? Somebody whining about politics in Sunrise?
I don't think they did in New York.
About lunatics in Lauderhill? In New York?
Yeah, they didn't like waking up to that in New York.
But he's got an excuse for that, so he didn't have a chance.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Didn't have a show.
Now, what about those numbers don't mean anything, though? Numbers don't mean anything.
Well, that's what he used to say.
Yeah.
But now he's talking about numbers. And like I said before, people who come on the air and say numbers mean nothing, like Joey used to say that too, are people who never had any numbers. And interestingly enough, often spend a lot of time out of work. I know you don't want to get sucked into a big thing with him. I'm not trying to do that.
I'm not.
And you guys are doing the smart thing. Ignore him. Do your own thing.
Man. We got a show to do.
The people who listen to this station listen because they enjoy what they hear. They want to have a good time. They want to have a little entertainment. They're not expecting every day like some gigantic, epic performance. Nobody does that every day. They just want to have a little bit of fun. Okay, they're not looking for people screaming at each other. And I tried to tell a guy when he was here, in the afternoon drive, when people are driving home in miserable, nasty traffic, and when it's sweltering, 100 degrees in the shade, which it is most of the year here, the last thing people want to hear is two maniacs screaming at each other about the same crap that we've heard 1,000 times before. And now it's 2,000 times before.
Hey, you can roll down the window and hear it.
And he's trying to tell us, oh, gee, it's not the topics, it's the way that they're packaged. Well, you can go out in the backyard with a pooper scooper, and you can take my two dogs, what the deposits they left yesterday, and you can package them in lace and gold and the pink suit that you wore to the Christmas party, and it's still crap, okay?
Thank you.
Now, how about the Christmas party? Let's hear about this.
What about it?
Well, I heard it was crap, speaking of packaging. Isn't that interesting how it all ties in together?
Like I say, I figured out why and when you take your vacations, and there's reasons to everything. And
even if I was here, I don't go to those things.
You would have gone.
No, I would not.
You would have gone.
No, I would not.
Because we would have wanted you to go.
No, I would not.
Sure you would have. And you would have had a good time in spite of it.
I would
it's
not.
like a challenge.
No.
Can you have a good time in spite of what they planned for you? And we did. Ooh,
I'd rather be sitting in the chair, okay, than to be at the Christmas party.
So are you going to get all your fillings pulled out? Open up your mouth.
Oh, look at it. Look at the
lots. Ah!
Oh,
man, you can see the vapors rising.
Yeah.
Jeez. Now, did you see him waving that wand in that guy's mouth?
I saw him waving something in his mouth.
Yeah. Well, you ought to get
I said, gee, I think I saw this segment once before.
Can you get like one of those home detection kits?
Johnny home detection kits, yeah. And you wave
Seriously,
that around. You wave that around.
You chew,
and,
I guess you chew, and then you wave that around in your mouth.
Now, seriously, you're laughing about this.
Well, I don't have any
you're laughing
fillings.
about
I
it.
don't have to worry
You don't
about
have
that.
any fillings?
I have,
what
like,
are you, Mr. Perfect?
2 little side
Thank
ones,
God
and
he's got
that's
a
it.
mangled finger anyway from his motorcycle
I've
accident.
got a whole damn
Oh,
mangled
thank
hand.
God.
Yeah.
We don't like people who run around like Mr. Perfect, like Marvin, for example. How's he doing?
I never see him. I don't know.
He came in here yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I knew something was up. He was trying to cover up for Elaine. She was like, it was 3.5 after, and she was going to run way over. So she must have paid him off to come in here, and he's shaking my hand. Oh, it's so great to have you back.
Yeah.
And he never even looks at me, much less speaks. I mean, he hates me like poison, okay? He does.
Doesn't. And
Oh,
you
get
know
out of
he
here.
doesn't.
Get away, will you?
Oh,
He thinks this
geez.
show is the biggest pile of crap that ever came down to...
You want
and how
people
did
to
you like...
think he does.
Did you hear the guy that called and said, that quoted our friend as saying that the reason I didn't want anybody filling in
Oh,
when I was
yeah.
on vacation...
Yeah.
Now, is that the pot calling the kettle black? Is that the pot calling the kettle black? If you could have been here when he...
Well,
listen.
if it happens to you, you think it happens to everybody.
If you could have been here when Bennett filled in for me
Yeah.
that one week, I come home from vacation. I made a mistake. I came home like on a Friday instead of on the weekend, like a couple days early. I get a frantic call at the house from my good friend Steve. Frantic. I mean, the guy's never called me at home before in my life, okay, and I'm not expecting him to ever do it again. Calls me, what are we going to do about this Bennett? I said, what do you mean? He was just here filling in for a week. No, he's after my job, bop-bop-bee. He's devious, he's dangerous, bop-bop-beep, bop-bop-bop.
Well, at least he's not as blind as I thought he was.
And I'm afraid to let Randy Martin fill in or something because I'm afraid they're after my job. They can have the goddamn job, okay? Just give me that check every week. You can have this stinking job. It sucks, all right? Man, have it anytime you want, Steve. And how come he's not on a midday now? Talk about a challenge. Isn't he the one that always shot off his big mouth about how when he used to be on Sunday against me on wins, he used to beat me, all this other crap? How come he's not on a midday? Well, put Al on in the afternoon. He used to do afternoon drive.
Yeah.
Let's bring Steve-O in there in the midday instead of trying to use
there's the challenge.
He wants to use the show as a springboard to try to jump off of my audience, and he's jumping on it all right. Get serious. So we just made a pact. That's the last time his name is going to be mentioned on either one of our shows.
Okay.
I will mention January 1st about some of the other talent that I will monitor one day. And that's it.
Well, I have that day off, too. I'll listen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll monitor all day.
For sure.
We'll just have a great New Year's.
That'll be exciting.
Because after New Year's Eve, you come in, you're just absolutely staggering into the house. You pass out on the floor. First thing you want to hear is Norman Kent. Huh? They're rioting in Sunrise. The politicians are all Jewish. I mean, that's what you want to hear.
I don't drink, so I won't have a hangover. So I'll need something else to make me feel bad. And that ought to do it.
Yeah.
For those who don't have hangovers,
what I'll do is I'll fly out to
FPL.
Vegas the weekend before, and I'll come back. I am serious. I am so... Just today, I'm getting over it. And then, of course, on top of it, I have this other thing to deal with now, too. Bill goes and chooses last night to die on me, but I have this... thing. It's like jet lag. I mean, it's like a whole
6 hours, man. That's a lot.
A whole body change, and I've never had that before. Even coming back from Europe or back and forth, but this time it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Sure.
I sat here yesterday. I didn't even know what planet I was on. I didn't know whether I was on Earth or Uranus or Mercury. I think I am going to get these all pulled out. It would be a good thing to do it on the air, wouldn't it?
It'd be great.
Huh?
Yes, it would.
What
Would you do it on our show? Do your show and then just lie down here on the
Now
desk?
you're trying to suck off of my thing here. We did that with the snooze cruise. I did that on your show. We got built up those gigantic numbers.
Not stupid.
Up to like a 1 or a 2.
That's right.
And I'm going to do it on my show. I'm no fool. I got heavy-duty competition coming up in a couple of weeks.
They're going to have to knock you out.
Hey, there won't be any difference. I just put a bunch of carts in here. Hit the buttons. There you go.
That's even an obnoxious sound to me, and I really haven't had to deal with it.
What, the drill?
Yeah.
You've never had a filling?
I have.
You've never had a cavity?
They didn't give me Novocaine. I had 2 little ones on the side of one
This
tooth.
is one of the most anatomically incorrect people. He has no cavity. Man. That's not what I heard somebody saying about you yesterday on the air. Boy, he just...
he loves me.
Hates you like poison. I would just analyze it this way. I would say compared to him, Jicka is your best friend by comparison.
I would say you're right.
Tom called me today, by the way.
Did he?
about another matter, but he said, hey, how's my friend Rick doing? I said, man, he asks about you every day. He did do a pretty good slice. You must confess, though, in his second article, was it the one yesterday or the day before?
I don't know.
Where he wrote about all the things that fell through and about how the rehash and the old... He did a pretty honest job there.
Well, good for him. No, I like Tom a lot.
Okay, let's talk about Pizza Loft. Why don't you do this spot, okay?
Oh.
Pizza Loft. Jeff is over there. Jeff and his wife are getting all the fillings out, really.
You know, I think you hit it on the head when you said that there's a, now in American society, because of fluoride, people don't get cavities. Like my kids and stuff, they don't get cavities anymore.
Are you
so now
nuts?
they're looking.
People don't get cavities? Oh, no, I see where you're going. Yeah,
because they're raised on fluoride. Yeah,
it's a scam.
So they don't have anything new to fill. So let's get those old ones.
Yeah.
Neil's got a bunch. Let's run this thing and make him scared, and then we'll give him some new ones that are more expensive, and they're not covered by insurance.
That's where Henry is this week. Everybody thinks he's on vacation. They said, bring in your old cavity, Henry.
Yeah, there ain't nothing.
And he's at the dentist. Mouth. So anyway, I do like that. I love it. And where else can you go in town and eat pizza and hear in the back room at the same time? Yeah. Man.
Well, they have some great fillings in their pizza.
They sure do.
Yeah.
In fact, if you get a sausage pizza right after you, and it's shaped, no,
I try to give you a lead in,
but the little pieces of sausage are shaped just in a certain way. They'll fill in right. You just chew down just in the right way, and all the mercury vapors will just go leaking out.
Whoa!
Oh, you see that?
You got to get one of those wands. You ought to have the test done. You ought to have the test done on the air. You chew and then you wave the wand.
Nobody
in
is
your
sticking
mouth.
anything in my mouth when I'm on the air.
And
unless maybe Nelson comes back to town.
Well, have him bring the wand.
Yeah, or two of them.
I got to go.
Okay. Pizza Loft now offers you, how do you like this, whole wheat crust pizza? I bet you one day next week, after I've done a real good job this week, we'll kind of let down our hair, and about 1:30 we'll have Jeff bring in the whole wheat crust pizza. Healthy.
And I'm with you on March 16th.
Yeah. Oh, man, I am going to go on a diet like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, if you're not dieting, get over to a Pizza Loft because they're going to be open all during the holidays, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and if you're a real heavy-duty spender, you can even rent the Neil Rogers dining room for your private party with sufficient warning, couple of days' notice, and really have a great time over there with pizza and subs and lasagna and spaghetti and all kinds of great Italian entrees, fresh and delicious. You can't beat it. That's why Jeff and Pizza Loft have become notorious. They're even on the sports on Channel 6. Everywhere you look, there's Jeff Cohen. Even you go to your dentist office, and there's Jeff and his wife just going nuts, okay? So if you want to have a great holiday and a real great inexpensive meal, this is the place. The Pizza Loft, you'll find them upstairs at 69th and Flagler, just east of the Palmetto. And, of course, they offer delivery in Dade County. You can even charge it on your Visa or MasterCard when you order delivery. Call 266-5111. 266-5111 for the famous Pizza Loft.
610 WIOD.
Sometimes I feel myself.
Having a WIOD. I just should mention, I don't think I mentioned it before, the funeral for Bill Calder will be tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock at St. Bartholomew's, which is at University Drive and Miramar Parkway. Is that correct? I think that's where it is. Well, anyway, 147 at WIOD, and let's take a call from Homestead. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
I've been waiting for like an hour. This is Mark from Homestead.
Mark, how you doing?
Not bad. Just calling to wish you a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy Hanukkah and Happy New Year and Purim too.
Yeah.
And Easter?
I haven't called in like 3 or 4 months.
Why not, Mark?
I've been busy. My friend's been calling.
What is that? What is that beep?
Meatloaf from Homestead, he called you.
No, what is that beep?
Oh, this is, I don't know. That happens on this line all the time.
What kind of phone are you on?
Well, it's a classified phone. I can't tell you. I have to kill you.
Oh, okay.
So what's new?
Listen to that, man.
What's up, big guy?
What is this, like CIA? Okay. What?
FBI.
Yeah.
Down here at Homestead.
Oh, must be that tricky dick line.
You know it.
Yeah.
So what's new? What's new?
Where we're doing it, Mark.
What?
Mark?
Yes.
Have a great day.
All right, you too, Nap.
148 at WI. No wonder he calls on a screwed-up phone. We have an open line in Dade. You won't get on the air, but it'll be a real honor and treat to wait. Maybe if you're real lucky, we can hold you over for Rick and Dud. How do you like that? I think they're going to have a lot to say today, okay? Not about you-know-who, but just in general, I think they're really going to Do something. 751 WIOD. Let's take a call in Dania.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
You asked a question about Peter Weller, the movie with the rat.
Yeah.
Of unknown origin.
Right. Now George says I should have known it.
Well.
Because George knows most of the names of the movies. His taste in movies, of course, is mediocre at best, but he does know the names, which is something. Now, that was a pretty interesting movie.
Yeah.
Bizarre, yeah.
With the catcher's equipment and the hockey mask.
Yeah, and when you saw the previews of it, you really thought it was another one of those horror movies where the house was infested with these monsters from Uranus or something. And it was one rat, one stinking rat, and he kept chasing it around and knocking the house down. It was just...
Destroyed the whole building.
Man, it would have been a lot cheaper to move, wouldn't it?
Yeah?